Well, if we could duplicate the first half, we'd be a pretty good basketball team, but that young man went down. We sort of got the air taken out of us a little bit, and I hope he's okay. We pray he's okay. If we can put together two halves like the first half, we'll be a pretty good basketball team, but we didn't, and it's a credit to Bellarmine fighting and fighting and fighting. So they're a good group. They're working very hard. We're still adjusting to a new style. We're not in the greatest run and press shape, but hopefully we'll get there.
Coach, offensively, is it just the passing? I know only 3 assists in the second half.
Well, guys didn't pass the ball. Donovan was interested in scoring. Q was interested in scoring. And when they get to the level where pass is more important than their score, that's when you'll have a really good offensive basketball team. And tonight, it's been there. I got to give them a lot of credit. It's been there. Tonight, it wasn't there. Sometimes when you play for a lead, you hunt shots more than hunting passing. A mature team would hunt the pass.
Which was the defense any better in the first half?
Yeah, it was excellent. I just said the first half was excellent.
But I mean, in what way was it better than the other night?
Rotations, you weren't getting beat off the bounce. You were challenging shots.
How frustrating was it a little bit of the regression in the second half?
Sometimes it's, especially guys you really like a lot, it's tough playing with a lead, a big lead like that. But it just shows you the inexperience of this team didn't know how to play with a lead. And we got a lot of weaknesses we need to work on, but inexperience is the one thing that you don't get until you go through it, and we got to go through it. If we play like that against Evansville or we marry Long Beach State, we won't come away with a victory. If we play like the first half, we'll come away with a lot of victories. Bellarmine is a very difficult team to play. The good thing is William & Mary and Evansville play that way. A lot of passing, cutting, screening. And you got to talk a lot to play teams like that. And we didn't do a great job in the second half of that. They didn't get open in the first half. In the second half, we stopped communicating. But, sometimes they have 5 guards in the game, and it's not easy for Honest and Jalen to chase around the guards. But it's good experience for them.
Expectations from the 5 spot from Mango and Honest scoring things of that nature down low?
I think they'll be fine. I think Mango's out of shape. It's readily see. But he should be. He hasn't played in 11 months. I think once he gets in better condition, drop a few pounds, he'll be much better. We expect more out of Honest, certainly. Problem with Honest is he doesn't defensive rebound. It's been since he's been here, that's been the case. I'm trying to see what he had tonight. Yeah, he has one. He's a very good offensive rebound because he uses his length, but he's a real poor defensive rebound. When you think 7 feet playing against Bellarmine, how many defense when they shoot 18% in the first half, there's a lot of rebounds out there, and he's just not a good defensive rebound because he's weak physically. But offensively, he uses his reach and does a good job.
When you have 2 guards or wings that rebound like Donovan and Ding do, does that affect kind of the big guys' numbers, or do you judge that, or should they?
Well, I don't think they're setting any Wesley Unseld records. But I don't think Dang had a rebound at halftime, and I don't think he had a steal, and I don't think he had an assist. He was very much similar to Kenny Klein, sitting there doing nothing.
What is the key difference between offensive and defensive rebound?
Well, in offensive rebounding, point of emphasis, especially on free throws, is the pushing in the back, and that's really the most difficult things for guys with thin legs like Honest or Mango. So offensive rebound, there's 2 spots that you got to say. The guy's shooting over there on the right. The low man's got to go from baseline out to grab a rebound, get off his back, and then the middle man's got to fake and go to the weak side because 80 to 85% of shots are going to come to the left. So they got to get their position rebounds. And we're a pretty good offensive rebounding team. But because our lower frame is so weak, we get pushed a lot, and we don't come up with. That's why it's so important for guards to rebound the ball. That's what, Gorky had those. Although Gorky was a good rebounder, when you have guards that can go back and get the ball like Peyton or Terry Rozier was the best rebounding guard we've had. Donovan has the potential to be that way, and certainly he can. But we're better offensive rebounding than defensive rebounding, so we got to do it by committee.
was your goal to interrupt the Bellarmine passing lane because Bellarmine?
We were active with our hands, we were talking, and then we just broke down. I think the young man getting hurt, I know bothered us considerably, and we just hope he's okay, but we just came out flat. Some of the real good teams I've had wouldn't have done that. This team is just really, really young basketball-wise.
First couple of possessions, first one was 13 passes, and then they had another one that was 11. Maintaining your defense under that kind of...
It's tough, especially when bigs are defending guards. It's tough on Honest, tough on Mango, and they do a great job of that. And it's also great defensive practice for us, because Evansville will screen more, but they do the same things in terms of passing. And William & Mary does it in a different fashion. So, their talent level is much higher, so you can picture how good they're going to be. But those two teams are just like Bellarmine in terms of ball movement, screening. Evansville does a great job of screening and moving.
You talk about shot over pass. Is that Bellarmine offense something that you'd like to see these guys say?
We were doing it. We were, in our 2 exhibition games, we were doing a great job. But I think it's human nature for players to call home and say, "Mommy, I had 24 points tonight." It's instead of passing the basketball. This team will evolve when they get more gratification out of the pass than the shot. You saw it tonight. Guys are driving the lane. There's a man wide open in the left corner. Well, in the 2 red-white scrimmages, we passed it. Tonight, we knew we had a lead. We knew we weren't going to lose. Guys went for their points. So they'll get it. They're smart kids that want to win.
It seemed like Tony was pretty assertive in the first half. Is that kind of how you'd like to see him play on offense?
Yeah, I'd like to see, like I told Tony one time, I said, you consume too much whether your shot goes in. I'd like to see you try to play like Peyton Siva a little bit more and try to get in the lane, try to get shots for people, try to play great defense. And, he's consumed. He's in the gym all day long trying to work on his shot. It's when he should go to his strengths. Nothing wrong working on your shot, but go to your strengths a little bit more. He's got a very good mid-range jump shot, gets in the lane, he's fast. He's got to work on his passing. A lot of times, even the one that got through, he's trying to thread the needle when there are guys wide open on the perimeter.
Anything else, Coach?
Thank you.
Thank you.